I'm on the moon. It's made of cheese.
It really is made of cheese.
It really is, yep.
Cheesers.
How's it going there? How you guys doing tonight? Today we're from this beautiful world. Welcome to Beer and Cheese Tuesday. We got our two awesome people here that are here all the time. Thank you guys. Cheers to Bumpy Isms and Art by Sparkle. Hell yeah. Cheers to the community side, Kettleheads and Square Table. Joey, cheers. Cheers, guys. All right. You guys ready to see what these guys and myself have to pair? Let's start it. We'll go ahead and do the show and tell, of course. And Burley, cheers. And then after that, we'll do the full pairing. Cool. Here we go. We're starting. We're gonna bring up Bumpy's first. Cheers. Cool. Here we go. We're starting. Uh-oh, you got a bug. Cheers. Someone's volume up.
I just fixed it.
There we go. Sparkle. Jesus. I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
I'm going to go ahead and get my fall glass out.
Hey, cool glass.
I'm going to turn on a light over here too because let's move stuff around. There we go.
Thanks, Joey.
Okay. So I got a fall glass because the beer that I'm going to do, either beer I do, I might do two beers because one of the beers is a small beer. But anyways, let me show you what I got. I'm smelling this thing. It's kind of weak, but it's got some aromas that I think will match. Anyways, the cheese I have is a Greek cheese from Matena. It's caffelateri. I don't know, something like that. It is a hard cheese. It's pasteurized sheep's milk, salt culture, microbial rennet. That rennet, man, that stuff's that. Remember that cheese I kept buying, and it's like no matter which one I bought, the outside smelled like poop.
Yep.
It's gross.
You did it again, huh?
Well, no, this one smells fine. There's no rind. It shows like spaghetti or pasta with like, I guess it's more like it's a traditional hard cheese. I guess it's more of a cheese that you would like maybe shred up like that and put onto like a pasta dish or something. But it was a wedge, and now I'm blurry, and now I'm not. So it was a wedge, and I did cut it up quite nicely into long spears of cheese. Definitely has a nutty smell to it. I picked up a few different beers today. These are the what I figured besides my double IPAs and triple IPAs and stuff like that, which I don't think would blend very well with this. So I can't go super crafty. But I got one from Wachusett Brewing Company. They're out of Massachusetts. They are now also owned by Smutty Nose. I have some Smutty Nose in the fridge too. Which Smutty Nose was like, I don't know, a few 4 or 5 years ago, purchased by somebody else because the brewers, the owners didn't want to own it anymore, so they just kind of like, we'll put it up for auction. So it's still considered craft, even though it's not run by the original people anymore. And this is still considered craft too. Massachusetts just sold out to, or combined, however the hell you want to say it, to Smutty Nose. But this one's a nut brown ale. It comes in their fall festive pack. It comes in at 5.2. I kind of figured this being like a Greek hard cheese, and seeing that it went on maybe some type of pasta dish, that like something that might be nutty and lighter would probably go with it. So this is my first choice, but this is only a 12-ounce can, so I'll probably drink through it pretty quickly. So maybe I could then open up something else that I was thinking that might go well with it too, which is a brewery that's no longer independent, but it comes from Beerman's neck of the woods.
No?
So,
Cool.
just give this beer a pour though, and let's see. I've never had the nut brown ale. I don't think I've ever had the fall pack from Massachusetts. I get their summer stuff sometimes, and they have standard that it gets through. It's like Sam Adams, you know. They always have to throw in one beer every single pack. It doesn't matter if it's summer, spring, fall, winter. They got their blueberry ale in there, and I hate it. Blueberry ale, but it's there.
I'll drink it.
Yeah. But there you go. Kind of a lighter brown ale. This looks like root beer. Sudsy, slight kind of khaki colored head. Gonna disappear pretty quick. Yep, when I hold it up to my light over here, I can see carbonation flowing up through. So it is carbonated, which is good, because without light, it just looks like flat, like melted root beer popsicle.
Yeah. It looks good.
We'll get into this when we get back around. Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers, dude. Cheers, Bumpy. All right, Sparkle.
All right. Okay. Now, I'm doing cheese first. Now, excuse the tape. Because I opened this up and it's hard to see the title, but it's America's Original Treasure Cave Blue cheese. And
makes me want to visit the pyramids.
Right? Yeah, but I bet they don't have painter's tape on top of the pyramids. So anyway, this is what it looks like on my fish. I'll hold it so it doesn't land on my keyboard. And today I have for you Blake's Hard Cider Triple Jam. Speaking of blueberry, strawberry, black, oh, it doesn't have blueberry, strawberry, blackberry, and raspberry. And it is 6.5% alcohol, gluten-free. And that always works for me. So let's see what that looks like. Any guesses on what color it is?
Purple. I don't know.
Well, the suds are white. Okay. I got my beer time glass.
All right.
Magenta.
Magenta.
Okay.
So we got purple and
It's
magenta.
pink.
But it's pink.
Wow. It goes with my pink today. Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
And it's bubbly. Real bubbly. You can see those little bubbles going up and bubbles on the top, and the head's not going to last very long. I think it's going to be good.
All right.
But I picked the blue cheese because I wasn't sure, you know, it's fruity. So I thought, well, that should go, but we'll see.
Cool.
Cool.
Thanks, Sparkle.
Yep.
All right. Now we got Robert, man. Cheers, dude. Whiskey Scout.
Hi, Robert.
All right. Well, it started off this morning when I went to the store. I seen something I'd never seen before. So I tells myself, it's beer and cheese night.
Oh,
It's Dodani Authentic Halloumi. It is imported from Cyprus. It is a halloumi cheese, pasteurized cow, sheep's, and goat's milk, salt, rennet, blah, blah, and typical cheese stuff. Distributed by Schumann Cheese, Fairfield, New Jersey, but it does come out of Dodoni, Cyprus Limited. What I like about it is if you look at it, first, I can't figure out what that is. That's the fried cheese. And if you read about it, which I had to because I know nothing absolutely at all about it, it has a very high melting point. You can actually fry it on a skillet. They say it makes it, if you put it in an omelet, it won't melt like a cheese in an omelet, but still good in an omelet. So, whatever. It sounded pretty interesting. And I told myself, go by the beer section before we leave so I can get a beer to match it. But my memory's as long as my dick, so we know I didn't get. Yeah, I get home and I go, well, I get one of my stouts out, put it in the fridge. Now it'll be ready for later. So this is one of my stouts that I put back for a long time. It's actually from 11/2 of 21. It's called Rooftop Money. Imperial stout with marshmallow, vanilla, toasted coconut, and coffee. 12.5% alcohol by volume. It's from Short Throw Brewing in collaboration with Narrow Gauge Brewing Company.
Wow.
It comes out of where? North Haven, Connecticut. Short Throw Brewing does. So anyway,
Wow.
that's what I got for stout.
12.5%. My kind of beer.
So it's we'll see how well it's held up for the last 2 years because I bought it was probably a year old.
Oh dear.
Well, stouts at 12.5, they should sell her just fine.
Yeah.
Oh, she is chocolatey like coffee chocolate. Look at that foamy head. It's got that closed cell foam on it. Little bitty bubbles, and you cannot see through it. Save your life.
Wow.
That baby is it's not even it's just you can't see through it. There is no light transmission at all. Not even hardly on the edges. That's
Looks like a root beer float.
Put some ice cream in this vanilla ice cream. God, I wish I had some. Save some of it. It sounds like that might be pretty good. So anyway, that's what I have got.
awesome.
Cut
Cool,
the
man.
cheese.
Where's Cyprus? Is that in Greece too? You did Greece?
Cyprus is an island. It's a big island in the Mediterranean south of Greece. You have two islands. You have Crete and Cyprus. I think Cyprus is closer to Lebanon than Crete, or it's vice versa. It's been a long time since I looked at a map, that part of the world.
It's just funny because you and Bumpy have like kind of similar cheeses.
Oh, really?
Well, not really, but yours is totally.
Well, yeah, mine's from Greece. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't even.
It's
I
funny.
tried. I could not find your link, and I went through there, and Ron Therio had posted 3 or 4 things past it when I went to the bottom because I figured it'd be the first one at the bottom. By the time I got there, it's already got posted on it. So I finally had to go through everyone, scrolling back up to find it. I had to get my. Anyway.
Well, glad you're here. So, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks, Robert.
You're welcome.
All right, bring me up. Crete is part of Greece. Part of Greece, okay. Cyprus is independent. All right, cool. Thanks, Joey. All right. So let's do the cheese first. I think I had this already, but I'm gonna have it again. So who cares? I didn't cut it. It's a Sriracha Gouda cheese from Boar's Head.
Ooh.
It's full of flakes. I can't remember if I had it. I'll cut it in a bit. But that's that. So
Okay.
Boar's Head rocks. They have some really good cheeses. And then I'm gonna do this with the Vienna style lager. It's called Keepsake. It's got a badass label. It's from Wayfinder out of my neck of the woods. 5.4%, Portland, Oregon, and that's that. So kind of cool skulls.
Oh,
That
great
is cool.
can. Great can, man.
Doesn't
Yeah,
mean-
cool. I don't know when it was. It doesn't really matter. It's a lager. Should be fine. It's kept in a cooler. There's no date, but at least it's not EQ like last night. Terrible. They don't put dates on their cans, and that beer was old. Wasted $6.
Hated when that happens.
Yeah. That was not an aggressive pour, but it still gave me a little bit of head there. So it's got a nice, like an olive colored, deep honey. I don't know. It's weird. It's got like a green hue to it in my light, but looks really nice. It's dirty glass mafia, big time, white head, bone white, and smells excellent. So hopefully that goes with that Sriracha Gouda. All right, so, and that'll be Gouda. Let's get Bumpy back up here to do the full thing, the full Monty. Cheers.
Oh,
I didn't wear my trench coat.
Oh, great.
I wondered how you were going to respond to that.
After the 90s, I kind of had to get rid of it. Beer. Aromas on beer. Yeah, it's nutty. I mean, it's not like the most robust brown ale, but it has a nuttiness. Be a good beer to eat with actual circus peanuts. I mean, that's what they have on the cover, you know. I think
Oh, yeah.
kind of unsalted. Yeah, it's got a brown breadiness to it. Bit of that bread crust, nuttiness, a little bit of I'd say maybe just a touch of like a toffee. Just a little touch. All right, cheers.
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 Hope it's Gouda.
Forgot your nosers.
Yeah, it's got kind of a lighter, or at least I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stick like a lighter body. Pretty good carbonation to it. Very carbonated. It's drying on the palate. It's bready, brown bread crust from like Hannaford Brothers store brand bread. Being very precise here with the kind of bread and the crust. It's got a nuttiness to it. Slight touch of a fruitiness finish. It's got a little bit of a bitter hit. It's almost like not like earthy or woodsy like you might think. It's kind of got almost like a floral kind of bitterness. It lingers on. It's pretty easy drinking brown ale. It's 5.2% ABV, so I mean it's not a big heavy hitter. I have some other brown ales in my fridge right now that are well over 6%. One of them is over 7%. So I think actually, okay, so this one's 5.2. I have one that's 6.5. I have one that's 7.2. So, I mean, this one drinks respectably to those other ABVs. It's not as rugged, but it's still an easy, decent drinking brown. Let's get into this cheese. It's a semi-hard cheese, so it doesn't flex too much. It just cracks.
Walrus.
Walrus.
Cuckoo, ka-choo. I am the walrus. Woo, woo. Tanner likes that when I do that. Yeah, there's
You and Tanner have some weird things.
Like
well,
to
he's
be
got. I think he's got video of me doing that before. I did the walrus. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, it's got a nuttiness to it. I can kind of smell that remnant thing, or at least it kind of does remind me a little bit of that, but just slightly. It's not. I don't know. It's kind of. It's got some type of cheesy smell, but it's not like. I don't know what kind of cheese. I think it kind of reminds me a little bit of Swiss. I think it's kind of like it's got that kind of footy, Swissy type. No, but not as pungent. But there's definitely a nuttiness to it. All right, cheesers.
Teasers.
A little bit of oil in that oiliness left on my lip. It touched my lip and instant kind of oil. No. Definitely get salt. It's nutty. It's salty. It's got a little character of like Swiss. It's got this kind of footy. It does have a little bit of this kind of like, I don't know. We'll just call it, we'll call it toilet cheese.
Oh boy. I'm on toilets all day today.
I mean, it's made with sheep's milk. So I think that's kind of that pungent type of flavor, I think. It's drying on the palate. It kind of just breaks up. It just doesn't seem like it'd be a good melting cheese.
What are we grilling for?
Kind of leaves me with like, after I eat the cheese and then I exhale, it's like bad breath. I got the flavor of bad breath in my mouth. That's what it leaves me with. Anyways, I'm eating this cheese, so I'm biting the inside of the cheese. I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of the beer now with the cheese. So, cheese beers.
Beers.
A little more.
No more. I'm used to the bad breath.
Bad breath.
Dip it in Listerine.
I'll try not to breathe on you guys too much when I see you.
I wake up in the morning with beer man over me. Yeah, the breadiness mixes with the cheese. The cheese flavors linger on. Drinking the beer gets rid of that bad breath type thing because that's kind of an aftermath thing with like breathing and actually kind of floats back over your palate. So with drinking the beer, you're left with that kind of crusty, bready, slight nuttiness mixing with the very salty kind of Swiss pungency. Yeah. So it does blend fairly well that way. Let's go ahead and drink some beer and then just take a bite of cheese. I'm going to pound this down afterwards. I will open up another beer real quick when it comes back around to me and just do a quick, like, does it blend?
Nice.
All
Beers.
right. Yeah.
Beers a chat.
There he goes.
Nuttiness. Kind of kills the pungency a little bit. Takes a while for the salt notes to kind of kick in. Yeah, the beer actually, drinking the beer first just kind of lingers on with like the beer flavors. The cheese takes a little bit to kind of catch up. Still lingering bitterness, kind of floral-esque and stuff like that with some bread crust, brown bread notes, and now that real salt kick. It took forever, but it kicked in finally. It's odd, but also I only took a little sip when mixing the eating the cheese and having the beer. So I didn't want to wash it all the cheese down, but the beer definitely seems to overpower the cheese just slightly. Interesting. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
All right. Cool, man. All right, we got Sparkle next.
All right.
Here you go.
Let's see. I guess I'll go for the beer first. I'm thirsty. I do like that color. And actually, there's still some little bubbles, but the head's gone. So the fruit is there, folks.
Fruit is on.
Raspberry. Slight blackberry. All right. Let's give it a try.
Oh, that was a nosers. But now we're on. Cheers.
Did I get you confused here, man?
I forgot to noser you. I'm forgetting tonight.
Wow. That fruit's right up there. It's not overly sweet. It's kind of a medium sweetness. Unfortunately, a lot of that carbonation is gone. I still think it would be, refreshing on a hot day, but you could drink it pretty fast with that in mind. I just wish there was a little more carbonation. It's barely there. Get it? Barely there. Anyway, it is good. There's some tartness in the after finish. Goes down soft and smooth. Yeah, it's more like a punch. Well, it's a cider, but it's kind of like a fruit punch, actually. And at 5, let's see, what was it again? It was 6.3%. It drinks a lot lighter than that. We'll see at the end. But it's actually pretty tasty. Like I said, I just wish there was more carbonation. All right, let's see what we got here in the cheese. This is going to crumble everywhere. I just know it. See if I can pick this up without it crumbling everywhere. I've had about 3 different brands of blue cheese. This one's more salty. It's not as heavy a blue as I've had. You know, it's great, and I've had it on salads because it doesn't overpower it. And actually, it probably work well in the cheese ball I make. The last time I made it, the blue cheese was too strong. I mean, it was really overpowering. This one would be good. You would still have that hint of it, but it wouldn't be overwhelming. Interesting. All right, let's do the beer and then the cheese.
Fierce chick. Oh, my goodness.
For as mild as that cheese is, it does take over. It takes over the beer, which probably isn't as surprising. I'm thinking with something that's light like this, with the fruit, probably something like a Gouda would work better if you were going to put a cheese plate out and serve this beer. Different Goudas, I think, would probably work better. Not a smoked one, but like the Baby Bells or something like that, so that it didn't overpower it. Let's see what happens if I do it after.
That would be Gouda.
Folks. What, Bumpy?
I said that would be Gouda.
That'd be Gouda. You can catch a little bit of that cider, but again, the cheese, as good as the cheese is, and as mild as it is for a blue, it's not a great pairing because it does take over. Not the best choice, but an interesting choice, actually. Let's see. Beer, cheese, beer again. Then we're good. It will, kind of sandwich it. And that helps a lot. You can still taste the fruit from the cider, the sweetness from the cider, which kind of offsets the saltiness from the cheese. So it would work like that. I mean, if you're having beer and cheese, I mean, you're not always going to do cheese first and then some beer and then wait, So doing it where it's in the middle of some sips, that would be okay. It does calm it down a bit.
Right.
Joey, you're killing me. I love you, Joey. Anyway, so yeah, that's my take on that.
All righty.
Nice.
Thanks, Marco. Cool. Karate grannies. Cheers. All right. It's Robert's turn. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here's my war face for square table. There's my war face. That's the best I got for you. All right. And in 1985, I graduated high school. I'd have been attending that orgy too. He obviously didn't. I've been going through all the comments. He's been rather fruitful.
I know.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, this cheese has no smell. It is different. It came out very wet. There's like literally, I can't get much in the way of smell out of this. I mean, it's like nothing there. Not even a slight, faint, creamy note. And I'm looking. So the cheese, we'll do the cheese first because of that. But on the palate, It does have a milk cream note to it. It is a little salty, but it's not overly salty. You get the salt in it, but it's still very, very mild, very almost bland. Come on, man. Squeaky. Y'all see me bend it earlier. She bends real good before she breaks. Probably the squeakiest cheese I believe I've ever had on my teeth. I mean, every bite, it squeaks over, it glides over your teeth. It's dense, pliable. It's just really lacking in flavor. I can see why grilling it probably is how they advertise on that, because when you grill and get that caramelization on the surface, that probably adds a lot of flavor and character to it that it's missing just up front. I assume the little flakes that are in it are either dill. I don't know if that's dill or heck, I just don't know. That would be my best guess. Maybe oregano. No, I don't taste no oregano. I taste oregano. Whatever those are, they're very mild. Very squeaky. Very mild. Everything's mild about it. But that being said, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's just not. If you're looking for a flavorful cheese, this just is not it. If you're looking for a mild cheese you could cut up, throw on a salad, that's not going to overwhelm anything, this would be perfect for it. In fact, a little olive oil drizzled on it, or I use vinegar and oil for my salads. It's olive oil and balsamic vinegar. I would probably really add a lot of flavor to it without affecting it adversely in any way. Okay, cheese is bland. This is not bland. This is everything I think it should be. I get the coconut. I get the vanilla. Marshmallow is always subjective to me. It just adds a sweetness to it. Get the coffee, cocoa notes. And it doesn't say so on the can, but I get a little almond on it.
Wow. Geez, that's complex.
Interesting.
It is. This is worth every dime. I don't know. I don't even remember what I paid for it. It's been 2 years. It was part of a bunch I bought up in Kansas City.
I wonder if I can find that here. It's right up my alley.
At Lucas Liquor. And it was like one of their leftovers at the place, distributed by 12%. Well, it's a 12%.
12%. All right.
But it's rich. Even on the nose, it's rich. Oh, the nose even tells you it's going to be thick. And that's really subjective. But when you smell this, it is. It's a delight. Cheers.
Cheers. I forgot your nose. There's two. Jesus. All right. Let's get to the cheers. Hell yeah.
And it is rich, thick, hot cocoa, dense hot cocoa thick. Think of getting a hot cocoa when you've added a lot of chocolate and not much milk. That kind of thick. You get all the flavors I've mentioned. They just kind of cascade. And it just keeps screw the cheese. The beer is awesome. I'm gonna be straightforward with this one.
Screw the cheese. The beer's awesome.
Cheese is bland, beer is good. This might be perfect because I've tried it both ways, and the cheese does nothing either. The cheese really brings nothing to the party either way. The cocoa still rides. Everything's processed through, but that cocoa note and that coffee note still sits on the back of the tongue. And it's like you have drank a mocha latte, and it's still just there in beer form. 12.5%, no alcohol note, none whatsoever on this.
Wow.
Jeez.
I could crush 5 or 6 of these. I may pay for it, but I'll be brutally honest. Okay, the beer's great. We know what I think. Cheese before beer.
Chibbers.
Cheers.
Chubbies.
Sorry, Chubbies.
Sorry, Chubbies.
A little extra creamy note. That's all the difference is. That's the only thing the cheese is providing. You're getting all that stout. Very little cheese. Just a little touch of creamy note. It doesn't hurt it. It actually helps it probably a little bit. Actually, I would say it helps it a little bit. But it's so it just it doesn't add other than there's nothing to take away. It just adds just a touch of creaminess to it. Now, beer before cheese.
Beer's cheese.
And that's where you pick up on the touch of saltiness. I prefer the cheese before beer. I don't care for the salty note, that little salty note, the way it just kind of lags behind everything. I want that beer to finish with that mocha latte note. And that salt kind of doesn't work well with that. All right. We all know what I think now.
Is there caramel in that beer? Like a
No
salted
marshmallow.
Because maybe if there was like a salted caramel in there, that would work.
Yeah. Now it's just imperial stout with marshmallow, vanilla, toasted coconut, and coffee. You get a lot of the chocolate notes from the malt being whatever. Cool. I can't even think of it now.
Cool.
But I swear that I can smell, not so much in the taste, but I swear there's like a little almond note that comes through in there. Wow. I don't know. I love almond joys, and maybe my brain's just circuiting and defaulting to that. But it's not strong. It's just I don't know. I like it.
Cool.
Sounds great.
All right. Robert, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Man, cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Let's go ahead and bring me up. Joey, you are cracking me up, dude. You are funny as hell. I gotta see one of your comedy shows one of these years. All right. So, cool. So the first thing I'll do is the beer as well. This was to just revive or give you guys, tell you what I was drinking. I can't talk right now. Keepsake lager. It's a Vienna style lager. That's what it looks like. Head's gone down. It's got great carbonation. Pretty good effervescence in there. Good vibe there. It's keeping a little bit of rim there around there. It's not great head retention, but at all because it's dead. But it's got a great color. Very nice. I was saying kind of an olive kind of I don't know, like a dirty honey or something like that. It's weird. Yeah, it looks weird. But on the nose knows it all. So I get a nice little sweet maltiness kick there. That was nice. That nice sweet bready, almost like a bready white bread or something, like more of a sweet bread, almost pushing towards that Hawaiian bread, without kind of like a pineapple-y. I think that kind of has a pineapple-y kind of taste to me. But this doesn't have that. It has just more of that sweet kind of bread. A little apple coming through, red apple, sweetness. Maybe a pinch of noble hops. A little bit of spicy hops coming through. But other than that, it's just really, really simple and to the point. That's what it is. Let's go ahead and drink. It's got a nice clarity. It's very brilliant, actually. I would call that a brilliant clarity. Not clear, but brilliant. A 10 out of 10 in the brilliant scale. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Mouthfeel right away is really poppy, like fireworks in my mouth. Tommy, cheers. Yeah, it's kind of whoa. It's poppy, pop, 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 and you're getting a bit of the pills. I think they might have Pilsner malts in this because you're getting kind of like a biscuity kind of a cracker thingy thing. I do get that kind of a honey biscuit or something. Maybe that's what I was smelling. Vienna malts, of course, in this as well. Might even have some Munich malts in it. Who knows? But definitely a classic German style. It's very poppy, and the mouthfeel is light, pushing medium, but I would say more on the light side, higher light. The heavy light, excuse me. Finish is dry, no alcohol. It kind of has that feel of like, I don't know, like if you were drinking like a Modelo or something like that. Kind of has a beery taste to it. It has a real nice, almost like a, even kind of like that of a Hams or something. It's got like a Mount Rainier lager or something.
Near beer.
Yeah.
That's good beer.
Very, very good though. Yeah, I like those too though. They're nice. It's more on the crafty side though. It's got that crafty kind of charm to it. It's not like that big old I sell a lot in grocery stores kind of taste. But very nice. I like it. It's a kind of caramel, a little bit of slight caramel in there, like a little caramely kind of sweetness. All right, man. So the cheese is a sriracha Gouda with red pepper flakes as well.
Oh my God.
Mm.
This is gonna blow my ass up in the morning, but the cheese should help a little bit. It's got little flakes of peppers and also has the hotter sriracha-ish shit in the inside of it. But yeah, so it's a diving board one. Oh no, not really. It's kind of breakable. That would not go well for a big fat guy jumping on a diving board. That would break.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Yeah, right.
I resemble that remark. Come on.
Sorry.
Resemble that remark.
I'm a big fat guy. No, but I just have a big bubble gut. All right, so but no, nice. So yeah, breakable cheese, soft though, very like I don't know, got a mild. There's a mild kind of smell to it. It's got that nice milky kind of slightly salty, nutty kind of cheese smell. And then you get kind of into the peppers slightly. It's not like overwhelming though. The taste is going to be, I'm sure, a lot more overwhelming than the nose. But let's get it with the flake. Cheesers.
Uh-oh, here we go. Steam is coming out of his ears, folks.
Big bubble bubble butt. Oh yeah, that's hot. Woo! Oh man,
Uh-huh.
that's like
Oh, yeah.
woo, that's hot.
Volcanic Vector has figured in this review.
He's on fire.
That's good.
Fire,
That's
fire,
very
fire.
inside my tongue.
Fire department.
That's really stingy. That's like adding a bunch of chili to your pizza, like the
That
Yeah.
makes
I
it-
like adding-
The flakes.
yeah, the flake
red pepper flakes makes it perfect.
makes it perfect with some Parmesan and maybe a little ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
No ranch. No ranch. No ranch.
oh, you only ranch.
I'm not a ranch guy.
Me either.
I like sriracha ranch actually, and that's why I got sriracha cheese. I was like, okay, let's try it. So spicy, definitely has a slight, like a very balanced, salty, milky, cheesy kind of taste. The Gouda is definitely there, but it's also got that heat that's just totally overwhelming everything. It's not like totally bad, like where you're like, boo, like smoke's coming out of my ears. It's not terrible. It's just you can feel it on your cheeks, on the side of your tongue, on your tonsils as you swallow it. But
Come
soft
on, ice
palate
cream.
is on fire. Yeah. But very good.
No.
And I think the Vienna lager will definitely wash this down well, cool my mouth up. Let's go ahead and do cheese before beer.
Cheeser.
Help him, help him.
All right.
Get
Let me just chew it a little bit. Well,
cheese.
oh, I got a seed. Ow. That didn't feel good. All right, here we go. Oh, that kind of brought out the spice a little more. It washed away the cheese and left the spice.
Just
The
what
heat.
you needed.
The Gouda is tasty more in the back though. It kind of washed out some of the things and like brought out like I don't know, like the Gouda kind of flavor came out more actually. The spice is definitely there. It did cool down the mouth a bit, and it's really working well with the nuttiness of the cheese and the biscuity, the sweetness, and all that that I was getting. The crackery, sweet apple, all those flavors go really well with that part of it. But you just want to keep drinking it because it's spicy and it cools your mouth. The apple's really coming out a lot more. Apple comes through that malty, like that beery kind of flavor, the like that of a malt liquor or something like that, or I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. It seems to come out more. That Pilsner malts is definitely rising above it all with the cheese. Let's go ahead and do beer before cheese as an experiment, as always. Beer was good. Cheese is light, so it's not terribly overwhelming the beer. You still have a little bit of beeriness in the back, that cracker biscuit, honey. And then as you chew the cheese, it starts to kind of slowly overwhelm the beer. And it just basically makes you want to do a detour, like go back to what you were doing and drink some more beer. So it kind of goes good both ways. I like it cheese before beer though, because the beer kind of acts like a fire extinguisher. So that was kind of nice. It really is a spicy cheese, but it's not terrible. So something to try if anything, if you see it. Boar's Head's everywhere, so pick it up. That's all I got for you guys. Let's go ahead and get back to Bumpy and get our last thoughts going. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
All right. So before I do this other beer real quick, the cheese is it's salty. The salt just keeps on kicking. It's I wouldn't say this is a cheese that you put on a charcuterie board. It's not like a cheese for just eating. I could definitely see, because the amount of salt on this, like you could put this on a meal and not put salt in the meal, and there'd be enough salt out of this cheese to spice, to add that spice, or a seasoning, whatever you want to call it. But I still think overall, it's not like a disgusting cheese. Yeah, it has some factors to it that are kind of but I'd say it's good. It's a good cheese, and this is the cheese again. If you guys are ever looking for it, look, it even shows it on pasta.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
just
good.
eating cheese.
That's crazy. I've seen the same cheese nut.
On your
Two
pizzas.
pieces, about 2 sections over from the cheese I bought. I couldn't figure out if that was real cheese or not. That's why I bought the cheese.
Right.
See the berries.
On your pizza, Bumpy.
Oh my. Pretty good for not planning it out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what exactly this would go on. I mean, maybe if you were trying to make like some type of cheese bread, maybe, like just kind of Texas toast and just kind of shave this. You'd have to have like a cheese grater.
Mm-hmm.
Just melt it down. It would add some funky flavors to it, but I think the breadiness would go well, like with the breadiness from that brown ale that I had. Seemed to mix pretty well, and the nuttiness and all that. That brown ale it's nothing like super special, but it's I'd say it's a good brown ale. I put it like top end good. The pairing between the two, cheese before beer did the most mixing and matching, and the biggest transformation. Beer before cheese kind of just blocked the cheese until the salt stuff kind of kicked up later on. So I'd say they kind of blended pretty well together. And the beer that I have from Beerman's Neck of the Woods.
Oh shit, yeah. Right
The Elysian Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. Pretty standard pumpkin ale. Comes in at 6.7% ABV, I believe. Anyways, it smells like a pretty spiced up pumpkin ale. Drink it.
It is.
Cheers. Yeah, it's pretty.
I drank it last fall.
It's got like a medium body, kind of probably more from the pumpkin. It's got that kind of gelatinous, creamy mouthfeel to it. It tastes to me like if you went to like a grocery store and bought like one of those like mass-produced pumpkin pies, and then you took it home and then you burnt the hell out of it. It kind of has this like almost like burnt crust type astringency, bitterness on the tail end, like almost like a char type thing going on. But you get like that pumpkin pie filling that's just like overly exaggerated with the spices, but it's still it works pretty good. I mean, if you're looking for something that pretty much almost nails a pumpkin, like a very generic store bought pumpkin pie, there you go. I just wanted to see if this cheese would match with it, so let's get it on.
Oh yeah.
A bonus.
Yeah.
Coat that mouth.
Footy salt cheese.
Oh hell no! Oh.
No, dude. Oh yeah.
No,
Oh.
that is not one.
Else at all.
Oh.
That was not a poker face.
Oh, that like enhanced the salt.
Oh my god.
It does matter what beer you choose.
Beers matter.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, all right.
Nice
Ooh.
try.
Oh, dude. Thanks, Bumpy. That was
Nice
cool.
try.
Yeah. Cheers. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to
You're
start.
cracking me up, I swear to God.
Go.
Oh goodness. I think I tried all the pumpkin beers that exist last fall. I really think I did. Anyway, as far as the cheese goes, if you're looking for a strong blue cheese, this isn't it. You can still taste it being a blue cheese, but it's not real heavy duty. It's more salty than blue. And I would consider, and Bumpy, you brought up the fact that your cheese was salty, and if you put it on something that didn't have salt or put it in something, then that would work. This would work in my cheese ball. It would actually also work in mac and cheese because I like putting blue cheese in mac and cheese.
Ooh,
So that actually would work okay.
never thought about that.
It's okay. I would give it, if I was rating it along with other blue cheeses, I would probably give it like an 80. But you know, it's not totally bad. it wasn't that great with the beer. Sandwiched, it was okay. I liked the beer a lot. In fact, I went on the website because I was kind of curious at what other flavors this company did. And they had some recipes that they put these beers with vodka because they are a cider.
Yeah, right. Cool. That was your initiation.
Surprise!
Belchers.
Yeah,
I wish Tom was here. He rates my burps.
that was awesome.
Oh, gosh, darn it.
That's about a
I could feel it
9.5.
coming. I thought if I talk fast, we'd be fine.
This is a place where you
Anyway.
don't have to be quite such a lady. You could just do what you want.
Nope.
Yeah.
As far as the beer goes, yeah, seeing the recipes kind of inspired me because I like vodka. So I'm going to give that a shot because it's not a boozy beer at all. And I think and vodka isn't really, strong boozy. So I think it will make a nice cocktail. I put the beer, at about an 85 if I were just doing the beer alone. It's okay. And the pairing, not so much. That's it for me.
That's it. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Sparkle. Cheers. And it's Robert's turn. Robert.
Okay. This is a tough one. It's easy in one aspect and tough on the other aspect. Because a beer of this quality, that's a 97 all day. I give it 100, but I don't want to take Alex's number from it. So we'll stick with 97. This it was a stout's go. This is extremely good. When you taste everything it tells you on the can, and then you taste a couple of other things like chocolate and almonds, I'm blown away. I mean, it's thick, it's filling, it's everything a stout should be. I mean, I really like this. This is one of the better stouts I've had in a long time, to be frank. Now, cheese-wise, what do you give a cheese that has very little odor that I can detect, a little bit of cream, and a little bit of salt flavor? There's nothing wrong with it. It's not bad. There's nothing funky, weird, strange, out of place. Texture, even when you crumble it in your mouth as you're chewing, it still squeaks on your teeth. You can take your tongue and roll it across your teeth. It still squeaks. So it's a very squeaky cheese. That's not a good or a bad thing. That's just a characteristic. So the cheese being on the bland side of things, I struggle to give it because, you think about it, 80 is the B, and a B is a good thing. I don't want to give it a C. It does have some flavor, and it doesn't have any negative flavor, so I don't have to give it a D. So I think I'm going to stick with the B. I'm thinking I'm an 80. So keep in mind, it's just not that flavorful. It's nothing wrong with it. Cheese does not enhance the beer at all. The beer really doesn't enhance the cheese at all. So really, it's just a score of the beer, either way you look at it. So that's stout. Stout with cheese is a 97. Maybe. How did I do that? When I drank the stout first and ate the cheese, I really didn't. The salt finish didn't appeal to me. So stout first, cheese following. Maybe a 90 because I didn't care for the salt. And it's not even heavily salted. It's not like Bumpy's. It's not heavily salted. But the salt note was kind of detracting a little bit from it. But cheese before stout, because the stout washed the cheese out, except for maybe the slight creaminess, I got to give it the stout score, 97. So it's very... I've never had one like this. This probably went best with any stout I've ever had because it has no flavor, very little flavor.
Yeah.
So really, because most like a cheddar would have destroyed that stout. I wouldn't have liked it. I can
Right.
just tell you right now, that would not have went well. I have a cheddar upstairs, but I didn't want to do it. I have a feta goat cheese that I want to make goat cheese tarts with tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, I make spinach goat cheese tarts.
Oh my God! I'm coming to your house.
Blue cheese sometimes goes with stouts. How do you think it would work with that one?
I think blue cheese. You know, I can sit here and say it, but until you actually try it, it's a hard thing to determine. It would depend on if it's a super strong, funky blue cheese.
Yeah.
Or not. And I don't know. I really wouldn't want to eat a cheese with this. The beer would be brutally honest.
Might ruin
You
your
want to mix it.
Yeah, why destroy a good thing? Even take a chance on destroying it. I wish I would have bought more. I wish I would have bought more. But that's the story of my life, unfortunately.
to see if they still have them again. And
that was 2 years ago. I purchased that.
okay,
So
right.
I purchased that at the end of 21, beginning of 22, and it was 11/2 of 21. So
Wow.
I probably purchased it in late December, early January of 20. Late December 21, early January 22.
Sounds like a good brunch beer
Yeah. It's good.
with the coffee and
A little bit of a lifter.
with some
It's a good
cheesecake.
beer.
Ooh,
That's-
cheesecake. Yum.
Oh, now that, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
get-
good.
Just a slice of cheesecake with that?
Blueberry cheesecake or some kind of weird fruited cheese.
Oh, just
No, just
plain
cheesecake.
Come on.
Or even a caramel
tiramisu. Tiramisu with the coffee
Tiramisu.
note. Tiramisu with that, but probably I might be in a diabetic coma before.
Yeah.
It'll be a wonderful experience on the way there. Anyway, it's really good beer. Just a mediocre cheese, not bad, not good. Just I'm going to try it. I'm saving the rest because I want to try grilling it probably tomorrow, just to see how it turns out. I'm curious. So
Awesome.
I could see how grilling it would. The caramelization on it should help bring out some sort of flavors, and it may really enhance it. And then again, it may just taste like a little bit of grilled salt and milk.
Let
I'm
us,
not going to know until I try.
let us know.
Awesome.
I will.
All
That's
right.
all I got, beer man.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Robert, man. Cheers, dude. This
Cheers.
is Whiskey Scout for all you guys that need to subscribe to this guy. So, all right. So we're gonna bring my sorry ass up to the plate, and no, I'm not a sorry ass. I'm okay. I'm a good guy. The beer is really excellent. It's a very good vanilla Vienna lager. I'm getting a little buzzed. Had a few side beers. Vienna style lager. Wayfinder kills it, man. Portland, Oregon. They put out some really good beers. Their IPAs game is really good. Your Westies are excellent. God, I mean, look at their label too. Sick work there. I'm really digging this. I like the overall, just everything about it. Like the finish, the body, the mouthfeel, the flavors of apple and beery maltiness and cracker and honey and everything. It all just said it perfectly. It was a perfect book to read, and I liked it. So I'm gonna give it a 95 out of 100. They did a great job on this beer. I don't know the date, but it tasted fresh. So the Sriracha cheese Gouda, Sriracha from Boar's Head, is very good. It's cheesy, it's Gouda-like, it's nice. I would have liked maybe more of it would have been nice to try like an aged Gouda with a really nice aged Gouda with some spice to it. I think this is more of a young Gouda. But the peppers really shined on it through the cheese, and it was really nice. They had the seeds and all in there, really added a lot of heat complexity to your mouth. You know, it's very, very, whoa, that's got chili in it. So that part was great. I'm going to give it a 92 out of 100. Very, very definitely on the A scale, on the lower A. The pairing was absolutely amazing. Cheese before beer is probably what I would go with more, just because like I said, with an extinguisher, it kind of put out the flames. Though it wasn't super hot, it did help with the heat that I had. I drank it down really fast. It's gone, 16 ounces done. And then with that cheese, it even went faster. So, it's like a fire extinguisher. So, the pairing, cheese before beer, I'd probably give it like a very good to maybe a 93, 94, something like that. Beer before cheese was okay, but you wanted to have more beer after you had some cheese, so it didn't really work. So I'm not even going to score that. I'm just going to say it was okay. But there you go, 94 for the whole pairing for mine.
Nice.
So cheers. All right,
Cheers.
so we are going to bring up Bumpy. I'm going to bring you up on the big screen too, so you can shout it out. Are you ready? No. I'm bringing you up. You want to come up here?
Come on, Bumpy.
Don't touch me. Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm ever prepared. Every time, every show, I'm on so many lives every week, and it gets to this point, and it's like, who to shout out? If I'm going to shout anybody out, sometimes I just say, screw you guys, do your own legwork. But we got Jordan joined our talking chat group. He's out of New York. He was Keep It Funky, so I call him Kiff. But then he changed the name of his show or his channel, whatever, to Bruising Bars or something.
Yeah.
Bars and Brews. I don't know, something like that. Anyways, which I think bars is like a play on, like, I think that's like when you're rapping, you have bars, so it's like musical, and then brew, like something like that. Anyways, I don't really know. I like to keep it funky. Should have kept it funky. I can understand though with the channel names changing, because your content, like, as what you think you're going to start off as, sometimes changes a little bit. So he probably just didn't want to keep it funky. He wanted to do other beers as well, so just funky type beers. So I'm just making excuses for him now. On my channel, I got my beer reviews I'm putting out. I'm putting out 3 a week right now. Dropping them on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sunday, 11 a.m. I have my frozen pizza reviews I'm also putting out. I put one out a week, and those go out on Tuesday. So I did drop one today, 11 a.m. once again. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on my channel. Haven't really done anything with cooking. I mean, I cook. I smoked some salmon tonight on the Blackstone, but it's just on the Blackstone, on the Pit Boss
That would have
smoking.
been strange.
I hate that. I curse that thing. There may have been children in the neighborhood that heard me say this is the worst fucking smoker in the world. Anyways, yeah, I just haven't been able to, haven't really wanted to set up the camera and try to record myself, because it's like life's busy at this point. So trying to do certain things is hard. You got grandkids and everything else that's happening. Yeah. So cheers.
Nice, dude. Cheers. Cheers, Bump. All right, cool. All right, we got Sparkle next.
Well, I'll talk about my channel first. On Thursday, I'm in a collaboration. Starts at 6 o'clock Eastern, and I go up at 3:45, and it is the Thousand Below collaboration, and we're celebrating the end of summer and some big giveaways. So you watch it, you subscribe to the different artists presenting. There are only 5 of us, so it won't be that long, and we only have 15 minutes, so it won't be a long period of time. And the giveaways are huge. And so anyway, that is on Thursday. So I came across a person called New York Wine Spotters. And what he does, he goes around New York State, and especially restaurants in Rochester, New York, where I lived for a while, and sees what people are drinking and evaluates the wine of the Finger Lakes and things like that. So it was very interesting and close to home. And speaking of wine, I contacted my hometown winery because I want to start a wine channel and use them as the focus. I will try other wines from different wineries, but they're very excited about it. And so we're working out some particulars. And once that is all ironed out, I'm going to start a wine channel. So that's my thing.
Cool.
And if I actually liked wine, I would follow.
I know. I'm not a big wine guy.
I cook with it. I enjoy cooking with it.
But,
Yeah, you can follow anyway. You don't have to watch it all. But anyway, yeah. So I'm really excited about it. I'm looking to do this in the fall, which is a great time for the wineries up there before it starts getting cold and the grapes start, really, really starting to get their sugars going. And so at any rate, I'm excited about it.
all right. Cool. Thanks, Sparkle. Cheers.
Cheers.
Right. Robert.
Tell them hi, Nene.
Oh, you got your dog.
I got all of them in here right now. They all want cheese.
Oh my God.
Yeah. As far as shout outs, I was out on a well. First job I've worked since February this year. But in the election years is always like that. The Democrats don't want you drilling. They want to appear like they're fighting oil, and the Republicans don't want you drilling because they want to say how stupid the Democrats are. So nobody wants you to drill. So nobody drills for oil. So my job kind of takes a hiatus. Now, I had a lot of time off. My time was occupied with other things. So I'm thankful for the time off, believe it or not. But anyway, out on the well, it gets lonely out there. I had good reception this time. I started following a channel called Brewzele, Brewzele. And what he does is he runs around and he hunts bourbons. Goes to different liquor stores that'll let him film and hunts bourbon, because some of them wouldn't let him film and stuff like that. He makes comments, that thing. And it's just really interesting because I've hunted bourbons, hunted whiskey, not just bourbons. I usually hunt scotches, believe it or not. But it was fun to see somebody kind of and how they, you get a feel when you walk in a liquor store of what the tenor of the liquor store is. And you get really good at that. Now, it's never a for sure thing. You still want to look it over. But a lot of times you can walk in a liquor store and just say, this is a beer store. And this is not a beer store that's going to, it's what they're doing. They're moving cases upon cases of standard everyday beers out the door. And they'll have a few standard everyday wine bottles, a few standard everyday bourbon or Scotch bottles, but they're not going to have anything out of the norm. That's just the way they function. Then you walk in some old store when you start seeing dust on places, then you start looking a little harder, because then you can find occasional bottles of those. And it's getting harder because there's a lot of people out there like me. When I started doing it, I didn't have no competition here in Kansas. Now it's like I can walk in some liquor store I ain't been in. There's already been 10 people in it, so I'm getting the leftovers of what they decided they didn't want or didn't know what they were purchasing. But anyway, it's a neat channel because he does this. I can understand his thought processes as he does it, and you can kind of see it, and I see how I think, and it's real similar to how he thinks when he goes in. So, other than he has a lot more money to spend than I do.
Yeah.
I don't go into every liquor store and spend. Well, he doesn't either, but sometimes I spend over $300 in a liquor store, and if I'm spending over $300, that better be a really good bottle.
I hear you.
Average one. So anyway, but I do enjoy the channel. I do think it's somebody I would say if you like to watch people going and looking for bourbons, it's interesting. You see mindset, thought patterns. You can learn a lot.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really think. I don't know what video I'm releasing tomorrow. I'll have to go in check. I think it was the other wood hat, but I may be wrong. I think it was the wood hat, red, white, and blue corn. But anyway, and I ran out of samples, so I have no more whiskey samples for Sample Saturday shorts.
Oh,
So
No.
I plowed through them all. I got one more sample actually, but I'm holding off on it. But I'm eventually going to have to do it. But I think I know where I can acquire some more. But he's going to have to want to cooperate. I'll trade him sample for sample. That's not a problem. But it seems to be hard for him to want to let a sample. He wants my samples, but he's not so much in the giving. So,
yeah, right.
he's in the taking side of things.
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
wait a minute, that's not how this works.
Hateful.
Yeah.
Give me something
Well,
better.
he's subtle about it. He really doesn't see that. You know, you'll see people that think they are, but they're not. They'll talk about, oh yeah, you can, and then you go, well, I'd like to try that. Well, no, not that. But no, not that. But if you ask, oh yeah, you can try any bottle you want. In my house, you can try any open bottle you want. I do not care. I will pour it for you at double.
I will be there.
That's just the way it is. But it never bothers me. I like to share. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got.
Sharing is caring.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. All right. So, okay, I'm gonna get the two out of the way. Squatchy Brew Dude, again, I shouted him out yesterday, but he's filming in Chicago. Stay tuned, is what he says on his community channel. So he has a big hot butcher for the world in a little tiny Nonic glass for his picture. Looks like a really nice hazy IPA. And then Stoneyard Vineyards put up a 7-month-old homebrewed beer. 7-month homebrew beer review. So he's testing a bottle of that. He also he's using 58 plum tomatoes to make goulash too. There's one before that, so that's cool. And then he grows his hops, picks his own hops, and put fresh hops in his beer. Very knowledgeable beer brewer and wine brewer and cider brewer. Mead too. Very, very cool guy. Funny guy too. Yeah, as for my channel, Beer and Cheese Tuesday next week will be going. But then I will not be doing All Spun Out because I'll be on the airplane. So going to Boston, and then we're going to be going up to Maine and checking out the breweries there. Then we're going to hightail over to Vermont, Stowe, Vermont. And you're very welcome, Stowe, and cheers. And go see some stuff in Stowe, Vermont. We're all very excited. I'm actually kind of nervous because I've only seen you guys virtually. So, yeah, it's really me. It looks like me when you see me. But yeah, so we'll be doing a lot of recording and stuff like that. So look out for some shorts, some videos, this, that, and even an edited video at the end when I get back. I'll be doing something. I'm sure everyone else will as well. So I really look forward to this. So fuck yeah, exactly, Eric. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm stoked right now. Goosebumps, dude. Like seriously, I've been wanting to see you guys for a long time. I've known you guys for like at least 6 years, something like that. But it's long enough. But yeah, I got a couple beers for tomorrow. Also been out, and for Eric's show as well with Thomas Metal 75. He's in the chat. He has the Wild Card Wednesday. It's another shout out. Come check that out. It's right after my show, and that's at like 4:30, 5, 6, 7:30 East Coast. I'm just trying to think of anything else that I can think of. I'm not going to be brewing. I will be brewing more tribute-y kind of beers after I get back. So I'm really jonesing to brew again. So I also want to put out more beer reviews. I need to do that more because I am beer man and I have to fucking review beers. So I need to do more of that as well, besides just my own beers. But yeah, so overall, just want to say thank you. I'm gonna just put this back, but thank you so much. First of all, to the community. You guys are awesome. We all love you, man. Definitely. You guys support us, and that's much appreciated. So definitely, if you haven't already, check these guys out. Subscribe for those that are just tuning in. And I want to say thank you very much. I'll just go in the order. Whiskey Scout, cheers, Robert, and Bumpy isms, Mr. Bumpy, and Art by Sparkle, Mr. Lord Finzer. Cheers, guys. I don't have Alex to close it out. So hopefully you have something to drink. Last sip. You guys have a good night, day, wherever. Oh, hold on. Wait. Let me put the link up just in case anyone wants to come in. Just in case. I don't know who's live right now, so I want to keep on drinking a little bit. There you go. There's the link. Come on in. Hang out with us. You guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from this beautiful world. But now for one more sip. Cheers.
Cheers.
What do we all love, man? I love beer. I do.
I love beer.
I love beer.
I love
Yes, I
this
do.
out. That's for damn sure.
I love jack-o'-lantern.
You like jack-o'-lanterns? All right. Cheers, guys.
I love
Where is it? Okay, I'm out. Here we go.